Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Books Natasa. And let's just get straight into this huge video. I'm in way over my head, but let's just get straight into it. So, as you have probably guessed from the title, today I will be doing my favorite TBR. As many of you know, I am a mood reader, so this TBR may stick, may not stick, but I really wanted to make it and give myself like a few options and so it can be easier to pick up another book, and these are all books that I am really in the mood for, so I hope to get the most of them read this month. In total we have 12 books and I have a few manga as well in here. And the first book that I want to talk about is Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is book number 3 in the Chestnut Spring series, and I am so looking forward to this series. It's coming out February 10th and it's one of my most anticipated releases. Many of you know that Heartless is one of my all-time favorite books. I read Flawless, which is book number 1, a few days ago and again loved it. I am all turned around regarding this series because I first read the book number 2, then I read book number 1, now book number 3. But this is a childhood friends for proximity romance and I'm so here for it. We have this girl that something happens on her wedding day and she ends up running away, and just as something happens in the life of Jasper, I think he's a hockey player, and basically they both end up running together and staying together in a hotel. So we have one bed trope as well, and I'm just so here for it. I can't wait to read this book and I think it's gonna be an amazing time. I have high expectation for this one and I just can't wait to read it. Next we have Off the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in the Gold Run series and basically I really want to read this entire series. There are 5 books here and this is her first series, and Elsie Silver has quickly become one of my all-time favorite authors. I love his small-town romances and I love how steamy they are, so I'm really going to give this series a try. So I keep hearing really good reviews about it, like a 4 to 5 star series, and I just think it's gonna be a fun read, so I'm really going to give it a try. The little bit I've read for the synopsis of its book, I really am intrigued and I really want to get around to reading them, and I just think it's gonna be super fun. So yeah, this first book I think is Enemies to Lovers, and there is this girl that works in this farm, in this ranch basically, and there's this other guy that also works there and they basically hate each other. That's all I know, but give me Enemies to Lovers, you know, it's an amazing trope and I just can't wait to read. Next we have The Final Offer by Lauren Ashes. This is book number 4 in the Dreamland Billionaire series by her, and the final one, book number 3. And many of you know that I have read The Fine Print and I didn't like it, but I keep hearing incredible things about this book, and its second chance is small town romance, is a slow burn, all of my favorite tropes. So I decided to give this book a try because I keep hearing incredible things about it. I'm really hoping I love it, but the little quotes that I keep finding on TikTok and everywhere basically keep telling me that I will, so I'm really going to give it a try. So here we have Cal, that is the playboy basically of the family. He always parties and sleeps around, but yeah. And from the bit that I have read about this book, I think that he has a drug addiction problem. That's one of the reasons that he and his girlfriend break up. So we fast forward a few years later, I think she's working on a cupcake shop and something happens and they end up being together again, and I'm just so here for it. And I'm really excited to read it, so I guess we'll see how I feel by the end of this month. Next we have another one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and that is Things We Hide From the Light by Lucy Score. This is book number 2 in the Nokaman series by her, and many of you know that the Things We Never Got Over by her. It was one of my all-time favorite reads of last year. I had so much fun with it, with Nox and the other girl. I'm blanking out of her name at the moment, but Nash. This book follows Nash, who is Nox's brother, and Eloise, I believe is her name. Oh no, Sloan is her name, and she is moving to this small town, and she has a lot of secrets. And Nash is a cop that doesn't like secrets, so you can tell where this is gonna go. But I am super excited for this, and I think it's another neighbor romance. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this book. I wish I had an arc, but I don't, so I just have to wait and read it with everyone else. Next, we have Take Me Home by Carrie Elks. This is the first book in the Heartbreaker Brothers series, and I really want to get around to reading this series because the covers are amazing. And also, I read the synopsis for this book, and I'm super intrigued. They sound super fun, and I'm just super excited to get around to reading them. The first book is again Enemies to Lovers, and I just can't wait to reading it because I keep hearing a lot of incredible things about it. And I understand how to give a lot of information about the books. It's just I don't really know much. I know basically the tropes and a bit synopsis, but they all get jumbled up in my head because they have similar synopsis. So I'm trying to go in blind so I don't get confused. So there's that. Next, we have Always Mine by Laura Pavlov. This is book number 1 in the Honey Mountain series. And again, this is a series I'm really going to read this month. I keep saying series because these books are like 300 pages and they're small town romance. So each book is gonna take me at least a day to read, so it's very easy for me to do. I keep reading it late at night, so there is that. So I'm just having the best time. But yeah, this is a small town romance, and again, I think it's an enemies to lovers. There is this girl that moves into this small town in the mountains, which I love the new setting. And we have a sheriff, I believe, again. I keep confusing things, see what I mean? So yeah, I am really looking forward to this series, and I think it's gonna be super fun. Next, we have Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is book number 2 in the Last Hour series. As many of you know, I'm currently reading Chain of Gold. Finally, at this time that I'm filming this video, I'm about 70% through this book. I'm almost done with it. I think 2 or 3 days probably. So I'm really going to jump straight into Chain of Iron. So just because I keep reading, alternating between the audiobooks and the physical, I think it's gonna be a lot easier. And I read at noon Chain the Last Hour basically, and at night I read my small town romance, and it's like the perfect combination. So yeah, I know for a fact that it's gonna be a heartbreaking cliffhanger at the end of Chain of Gold as well as Chain of Iron. So I'm happy that I'm prepared. I just got Chain of Iron the other day. If you can see, it's back here. And I was so happy to get it. Now I'm just waiting for Chain of Thorns to release in these editions so I can pick it up. But just because I keep reading the audiobooks, it's gonna be easier to get through. I'm listening in 1.5 speed, sometimes a little bit more, but I'm so in love with these characters, the story. Matthew is my favorite. I love him to death. He's just such a sweetheart. I love him. I hate Grace Blackthorn, and I just can't wait to talk to you guys about my thoughts on Chain of Gold soon, so keep an eye out for a surprise video. Next we have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, and many of you know that The Love Hypothesis is one of my all-time favorite books, and I keep hearing amazing things about Love on the Brain, and they say there's like a part 2 to The Love Hypothesis, and I'm not so here for that. Also, the cover just screams Valentine's Day, so I'm really going to give it a try to read it on February. If it doesn't happen, it's okay, but it is a small read and it's light and fun, so I think it's gonna be an easy read. and I'm really going to give it a try. This is an enemies to lovers on STEM, and the girl's name is Brie, I believe, and the guy's name I think is Levi. And the minute I heard the name, I was like, yes, Levi, like Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan, and I'm just so here for that. Since we talked about all the books that I'm really going to read in the month of February, let's just get straight into some manga that I hope to read this month. The first manga that I want to talk about is The King's Beast Volume 1 by Ray Toma. This is a manga that basically was a cover buy for me. I still haven't got it, but I really want to read at least volume 1 digitally before I get the volume physically, because I don't really see the point in spending my money on something that I don't like. So yeah, so I'm really going to give this manga a try because it's a shoujo and it's a fantasy, and I think it is gonna be exactly what I need, because I really want to read like a shoujo, but I also want to read something with fantasy. I'm not ready yet to start Yona. That's one of the reasons why I keep postponing the anime, because it has a lot of volume. So I really want to get around to reading these mangas that I have at my TBR at the moment, and then move to Yona and basically some of the other ones. But this one, I think there is this guy this creature, I think that basically he wants to serve in the palace, so he disguises him as a servant to work there, and I think he wants to learn to do magic. I'm not sure, but it sounds really interesting, and I'm really going to get around to reading it, so I will try and put the synopsis about here, so keep an eye out. Next we have Kami-sama Kiss Volume 2 and 3, and I'm just really ready to get back into my reading of Kami-sama Kiss. I have officially taken a break from Attack on Titan because I'm really not in the mood to read it at the moment, but I will definitely finish it at some point. I have no idea when. But yeah, Kami-sama Kiss, as many of you know, is one of my all-time favorite animes, so I'm really going to get around to reading the manga. And again, I really miss Tomoe, so I'm really going to get back into reading. Also, this is such a light and fun series, and it just always makes me laugh, and I'm really going to get back around to that and just be happy again. And just from the first volume that I read, there were also so many things that didn't make it to the anime, and I'm just so happy for that, because we keep seeing a lot of new sides to Tomoe and Nanami and all these different characters. And I just can't wait to see when they actually start to date, how many scenes they didn't put in the anime, how many scenes I get to read, so I'm just so happy. We have Horimiya Volume 1 by Hiro. And many of you know that we're going to read the manga series Horimiya this year, so I'm really going to start by Volume 1 this month. If it happens or not, it's okay, because I just want to get a head start with this and just read the first volume to get into the feel of the manga, if I like it, if I don't like it, because maybe I really love the anime, but I hate the way the manga is written. I don't know, so I'm really going to give it a try and form an opinion before I just pick up and binge the entirety of the series. So yeah, Horimiya, like I said, one of my favorite stories and animes, and Miyamura and Hori-san, these are the two characters that we follow, as well as so many others. We get to see them navigate a relationship in high school, but as well as friendship with all the other characters. And I just love how light, fun these stories, and this is just exactly what I need at the moment. The final manga on this list is Hell's Paradise by Yuji Kaku Volume 1. I really want to read Volume 1 of this before the anime starts airing, because I keep hearing incredible things about it, and it's giving me a lot of Demon Slayer vibes as soon as I watch the trailer, and also Bango Street Dogs vibes. I'm not sure anyone has ever said that, but it does give me that. So I really want to give it a try, and who knows, maybe I will discover a new favorite series. But so far, I watched the trailer for the anime and I was like hooked. I'm really looking forward to it, but it also made me want to pick up the manga, so I'm just super excited for it. I don't think it has too many volumes out. I think it has like 13 to 14 volumes. So I think I can do it if I put my mind to it, if I really like the story. I think I can binge reading like in 2 days, maybe 1 day. So we'll see. So that's it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun talking about all these different books and mangas that I want to read this month. I hope I get around to reading all of them. I will try to do like a continuation video that is me reacting if I have read it or not, but don't hold me to that. I might just add it on my February wrap up and do like a whole video like that. So I guess we'll see. So I would really appreciate it if you like, subscribe, click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post, and check out my Instagram as well. That's where I'm most active, and basically that's where I make the most friends. So if you guys want to get to know me more, please just check out my Insta and DM. My DMs are always open. So that's it for today, and I will see you for my next video very soon. Bye.